Oh, you gotta give him that huck.
Hang up. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I got hired that gal. Suck my motherfucking dick. Oh my god.
You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast beef sandwich. You know what I love?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me? Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on.
What's up, y'all? You know what time it is. Frank Bay, Salute Bomb Squad, Eric Gomez in the building. That's right. Just doing a little quick preview before the bell. I believe the pay-per-view starts at 4:30. Got a long night of fight. Well, not a long night. I mean, there should be some quick ones, but it's gonna be interesting, man. This is the big day. It's a big. I guess they call it a super fight. I don't know if it's a super fight. You know, is this a super fight? I think Ryan and Devin Haney was a super fight, but as far as this goes, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna drop the link if anybody drops by, wants to hop in. You know, there's some UFC tonight. We got boxing. I think we got the bare knuckles. So it's a busy night, man. The UFC is holding a card. They're always competing with the with boxing now. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Let me drop the link real quick if anybody wants to hop on. Get your last comments, opinions, and how you think the fight will go, who you think is gonna win. And does it set up a big super fight? Does it set up Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford? So we got two fights. We got Ismail Madrimov, this the challenger to Terrence Crawford, and then you got Canelo Alvarez facing Edgar Berlanga. So let's break it down, man. Got a long night of. Let's look at the fights tonight. I wish I could share my screen and not be able to. I'm going to look on my other phone. All right. We got a good lineup. I think they gave the lineup actually as far as how it's gonna go for who's gonna start off the card. I want to say it's Andy Cruz. Andy Cruz is going to be against Anthony Moran. That should be a decent fight. Don't know too much about Moran. If anybody could help me out. Andy Cruz is a young up and comer, 135er. You know, he does the I think who'd he be? Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, man, he beat Keyshawn Davis. So he's a young up and comer. He's a defector from Cuba, I believe. He beat Keyshawn in the Olympics. He's been calling out Keisha Davis. Keisha Davis doesn't want no parts of him, but he's with Matchroom Eddie Hearn, so he's on the card. He's looking to get his, you know, make more of a name for himself. Then we got Andy Ruiz. Oh, then David Morrell. David Morrell will be on the card. He'll be fighting Kverjdik or something like that. I've seen the guy before. He's a decent fighter, but he should not be on David Morrell's level. David Morrell is going up to 175 to try to chase David Benavidez. We already know what that's about. David Benavidez went up to 175. David Morrell's been calling him out. And there's another guy, another Cuban defector. And he's only got 11 fights. So actually on this card, we got 3 guys with like 11 fights, which is pretty crazy. But that's the state of boxing, right? So, yeah, man, is everybody excited for this fight? Is it a big fight? It's in LA. I heard it wasn't doing too well. Then they say it's sold out. You know, it's really hard to believe with the news, fake news, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it's in LA. I guess they said Turkey Ali said it's sold out. I heard some people on YouTube Boxing say they're gonna go. They bought tickets. They dropped tickets dramatically. They got Eminem in the building. They're really trying to, you know, they got Pitbull is a star there. They're really trying to, you know, bring a hip hop crowd in there. Terrence Crawford is pulling up in a Mercedes or something like that, playing Not Like Us. They're trying to do it real big. So here it looks like the lineup is going to be, yes, Anthony Cruz and Moran. I think it's, like I said, starts at 4:30. So make sure you get it on pay-per-view. It's offered actually everywhere. It's on Prime. It's on DAZN. I think it's on ESPN, featured on ESPN. So they're actually offering it everywhere. You know, it's hosted by Turkey Ali. He's calling Terrence Crawford a star. You know, Terrence Crawford is calling out Canelo Alvarez. So really, that's where it's all looking for. So Andy Cruz, he should be the favorite in this. He should be actually the heavy favorite. I'm actually going to go look towards the actual betting lines, see if I can get a beat on that. But like I said, man, hop on, give your last minute predictions, just kind of make some predictions real quick. Good card. You know, everybody's talking about, you know, the main event, and the main event I give about a C plus, just because Terrence Crawford, you know, but he hasn't fought in a year, which leaves a lot to be desired. My fight of the night is going to be Baby Anderson and Bacoli. I want to see Baby Anderson get started. So Moran is he's 30-6, and he's at plus 850. So he's a heavy betting underdog. And you know, the Andy Cruz, when you're facing someone like this, man, you got to look spectacular. So he needs to, he can be kind of a boxer, you know, a pure boxer, and just get on his back foot, and he can clearly box guys' heads off. He's 3-0. But he needs to entertain, man. You know, that's the name of the game, man. You know, people want to be entertained. That's all it's about. At least when I'm watching the card and you're on a big card like this, you need to really put on a show. That's really what it's about, man. You got to put on a show, entertain the fans, and make the fans want to see you again. And then after that, it'll be David Morrell versus Kalazik. All right, he's 29-2, and he's a 10-1 underdog. So David Morrell is at minus 2,500. So that's pretty crazy, man. 10-1 odds. You got a 17-2, right? So basically like over like 11-1, 13, you know, betting odds. So that's two huge underdogs. And David Morrell's 10-0. Like I said, he's chasing David Benavidez. So there you go again, man. You know, I know people are hyping the card, but you kind of got to look at behind the numbers, you know, as they say, behind, pull the curtain back, you know. So David Morrell, another instance, you know, you're facing an overmatched guy. You should come out on top. You should beat the guy to a bloody pulp, you know. That's just the way it should be done. You got to impress. You got to make, you know, because we see David Benavidez, he looks kind of average, right? He looked very average. He looked very human. He did not look like the Mexican monster. So, you know, David Morrell's got to come out and press. And then you got Baby Anderson against Marcus Bacoli. So Baby Anderson at 17-0, Bacoli at 20-1, right? With the win over Tony Ioka. That's his biggest win. Here we actually are starting to get to the goods. Here, this is a damn near even money fight. Bacoli's at plus 150. Baby Anderson is at minus 120. So here you got a pretty, you know, 2-1 odds. So Baby Anderson is the favorite, but people think that he can get upset. I've been watching shows and they think this is probably the upset of the night. So Morrell and Cruz should win. The only question is how they're going to win. Are they going to look impressive? Are people going to be excited? Are they going to want to see more? All right. And then Baby Anderson. So we know Baby Anderson, you know, his last fight left a lot to be desired. He faced some guy, Tony Merhar. It was an awful fight. It stuck the joint out. So it looks like Top Rank is throwing him in, sink or swim. You know, they're no longer trying to protect them. And you know, Baby Anderson is the next American. He's actually the only American hopeful in a division that has been dominated by Eastern Europeans or Europeans. You know, I count AJ, right? UK guys for the last 20, 30 years, right? Klitschko, AJ, Tyson Fury, and now Alexander Usyk, which is the Eastern European. So, you know, Anderson right now, you know, it was Deontay Wilder. He got knocked off. He lost his fight to Zhilei Zhang. He was the American hope. You know, America need, you know, this fight is in America. The American needs a hope. They need a great American hope, man. Americans want to root for Americans, and especially in the heavyweight division. You know, this is the guy they're trying to hype up. Now, me personally, I don't think he's the goods. And I kind of want to see him get exposed. I think, you know, he's called himself. He said he's not going to be in the sport very long. He doesn't want to be here very long. So, you know, we gotta see what he is. If he can be Bacoli, then, you know, that may set him up for the other fight, Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz is in the card. So Jared Anderson this is literally sink or swim. This is what it is. This is a sink or swim fight. This is his truest test. And if he loses, he may just flat out retire. I mean, he said he doesn't want to get beat up. You know, he chooses his health, right? He's one of these guys that say, I'm fighting, you know, I don't want to get my brains beat in. But you know what, man, you're in the sport of boxing. This is what it calls for. So, and I think he loses. I don't think he's ready to go to war. And Bacoli seems like a guy who's gonna go in there. He's not gonna go anywhere. He's gonna slug it out, and he should look to beat down Baby Anderson. So, but it's an even money fight. This is what people are picking for the upset of the night. And then we got in Andy Ruiz Jr. versus Baby Miller. I guess Andy Ruiz has been out over 600 days, which is insane for a professional fighter. Andy, he looked decent at the weigh-in. He's 35-2 versus Miller. And this guy is a nutcase. He's been busted I don't know how many times for PEDs, and he's still allowed to fight. He's 26-1-1, and this is 3-1. Andy Ruiz minus 300. Miller is plus 200 on the money. So this is a near even money fight. It's 3-1. It'll probably be close to dead even money as the fight gets closer. A lot of people don't believe in Andy Ruiz Jr. I mean, Andy Ruiz, man, he had it all. He was the man. He beats AJ in a Buster Douglas type fashion. It's one of the most shocking victories of the last 20 years, of the 2000s. He'll go down as, first Mexican heavyweight ever. He's a legend. And, he gave it all away. His people talk bad about him. His trainer says he ate himself. He's a disgrace. He didn't train. They show him doing IVs or blood transfusions, and he's smoking weed. He's eating anything and everything. I guess people have him eating glizzies in New York, smashing. I don't know. This guy, Andy, had all the talent in the world. He was always fat. Andy was always out of shape, but he had the speed, the talent, the hand speed, and he blew it. This is a case of wasted talent, and people, they want to bring him back. And Andy Ruiz is still a name. Salute, Champy. Hey man, salute, man. Was that you on with that one chump Mazuma? That guy is such a fraud, dude. Was that you on there? I thought I heard you, bro. Hit the link, bro. Hop on, man. That was funny, man. You was cooking, homie. Fucking, they're hella soft, dude. You was cooking them on some real shit, and he got all his butt hurt. And then when you challenged him, right? Didn't you say, "Hey, let's get that fade"? He was like, "No, I'll whoop you, man." These guys are so soft, bro. They're soft as hell. They can't handle no smoke, man. Over here, man, we love the smoke. Bring the smoke, man. But yeah, Andy Ruiz Jr., man, he's still a name. Okay, yeah, man. That salute, brother. That was real shit, bro. You know what, man? Like, damn, they just be acting like bitches, huh? What was that fool trying to say? I forgot what the conversation was about, but yeah, man. I mean, I remember you was cooking them. I'm just off the top of my head, man. Remind me what it was. Damn. I lost my train of thought, bro. I'm like focused on this fight, but yeah, man. If you're not, hit the link, man. Chop it up. But yeah, man, those guys are suckers, man. You holding it down, man, keeping it real. But Andy Ruiz, man, Andy Ruiz is still a name. Him and Wilder were talking about a fight. So they're saying, and I thought, that if Anderson wins and Ruiz wins, that'd be a big fight. Jared Anderson versus Andy Ruiz, be a big fight. Baby Miller is talking shit to Baby Anderson, talking about who's the real big baby, which is kind of lame. But this should be the most entertaining fight, the most slug-filled fight. We've seen Andy Ruiz get dropped. Oh yeah, Champy. Just hyping up Crawford. These Bud fans acting crazy. I'll try to get on later. Okay, well I'm just gonna be up until for a little bit before the fight starts. I wanted to get some previews and predictions in. But whenever you get a chance, man, maybe I'll do a show tomorrow or Monday after reviewing the fight. But oh yeah, you're trying to hype up Crawford, and you were just telling him, yeah, man, the guy's been inactive. Everybody he's fought been damaged goods. Oh yeah, he tried to bring up, well, why Pacquiao does? Dude, Pacquiao's 40 years old, and he was trying to act like. And then they pull the race card. He was like, oh, you just hating on a black fighter. Oh, see, when I bring Pacquiao, you don't like that. And you were like, no, bro, Pacquiao was small coming up. Yeah, man, you cooked that fool. And then he tried to talk about pulling up, kicking your ass. If you ever fought, right? He was like, if you ever fought, and he said, dude, I'll pull up to your hood, whatever. Tell me when and where. Oh, you don't want to come here. I ain't doing it. Nah, I'm good. Like, we ain't. Yeah, you know how they talk, man. A bunch of mopes. But salute, man. The dude's a sucker. You exposed him. Cooking with grease. But yeah, man, back to the fight. This should be the slugfest. Andy Ruiz, Baby Miller should be the fight of the night. These guys are fat and they're just gonna let their hands go. You know, the only time it could get sloppy just because they're out of shape, but this should be the fight of the night. It'd be very entertaining, man. And then after that, another banger. You know, we get to more another banger. We got Isaac Pitbull Cruz at 26-2-1 versus Jose Royo Valenzuela at 13-2. And this is a Pitbull is a 5-1 favorite at -500, and Valenzuela is at +330. All right, so you can get some good money betting on Valenzuela. Baiting out Cruz would be risky because Valenzuela is dangerous. You know, Valenzuela, he was very hyped, big, strong, powerful. He looks even stronger at 140. He looked to be towering over Isaac Pitbull. I mean, Isaac Pitbull Cruz is short. You know, he's coming off the destruction of Rolly Romero, but you know, that's Rolly Romero. Valenzuela is a step above Rolly Romero. You know, Valenzuela, he got starched by Edwin De Los Santos, and then he came back against Chris Colbert, and he got robbed. We seen him drop Colbert, and then he got outboxed, but I think he was still landing the harder, crisper shots against Colbert, and they robbed him, typical PBC fashion, right? Then in the rematch, Chris Colbert, typical loudmouth nope, running his mouth, and you know, nigga, I'm gonna knock you out, and you ain't shit. And they bet on it. I think they bet 50K. And Valenzuela knocked him out cold, knockout of the year. I mean, just knocked him out flat ass cold. He didn't know where he was at, and you know, Royo was trying to be a competitor, be a friend, be a good sport. And Chris Colbert was run it back. And was like, and then Royo said, you don't even have to pay me. And you know, Colbert didn't have no integrity. Didn't say, hey, yeah, man, you know, I'll still pay you. He just acted like a typical, you know, loudmouth punk. And yeah, man, Royo, that's his last fight, and he's stepping up. It's for a belt. Royo, you know, typically with the PBC, this is a kind of even fight to me. I think this is a slugfest. I mean, it's like really who's gonna land first. You know, Pitbull doesn't take a step back. Royo could come in and box. He can box. It's just when Royo get hurt, you know, I think Royo Valenzuela is working with Robert Garcia, but when Royo gets hurt, you know, his first instinct is to fire back, and that could be to his detriment. Can Royo have enough discipline? You know, people say Cruz got exposed by Cabrera, who we just seen Zepeda beat, because Cabrera was on his back foot and he was boxing like a cutie, jabbing, running, holding. You know, if Royo can imply, you know, Royo can box a little, he has a very good chance. Is that Shields? Yeah, that's Cliff Shields, you know, Clarissa. I know you love it, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all love it. Don't hate. And guys, hit the like, hit the link if you want to jump on, get your last opinions. You know, this is a mega super fight. The last one we had Fury and Usyk. Was supposed to be better Bivol, but this is in America, you know, and right now you would tap it. Yeah, you know, and I think a lot of people would. People hate and say they wouldn't, but I think, you know, after a couple cases, a couple shots, I think people would. I think they be front, you know, taking the phone, you know. You got, you know, hey, man, hey, you know, in the club is dark, you never know. Just saying, you know, she'd probably body slam you though, you know, she'd probably pin you down. She got some big ass shoulders, dude. I know her shoulders are bigger than mine. Holy shit. And she got some guns too, bro. She flexes on you. It's a rat, bro. She'll manhandle you. A lady she is. I can say yeah, you know it exactly. That's a good point. I can't believe nobody ever thought about it. Like, hey, you can always say that. Like, why not? Shit, man. Shit. You know what people do, but you know, they probably done a lot worse. People who say they wouldn't, if you really put out the book on them, they probably a lot worse. You could do a lot worse. Just saying. Yeah, at least you're keeping it real. I respect, homie. So Cruz and Valenzuela, man. So while Miller and Ruiz could be the slugfest of the night, it could get sloppy. Royo Valenzuela could be the shocker of the night, because I believe Valenzuela could easily sleep Pitbull. You know, we've seen Pitbull take some shots, but man, you can't just keep, you know, I think Rolly landed some good shots. I think he landed some good shots on Pitbull, you know. And Valenzuela, but you know, Valenzuela, he fights with his chin in the air. That's what's crazy. Shields would say, I got that dog. Oh man, that's the best one I heard all day. Hell yeah. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy, you got that dog in you. You got that dog. Yeah, she probably talk shit to you, right? Like in a fight. Like you ain't gonna hit shit. You ain't gonna hit that. You ain't gonna hit this. Yeah, man, she'd probably talk shit to you. Like not dirty talk shit to you. Salute, solo dolo. Thank you. Yes. Um, so this is probably the most interesting even fight of the night. Isaac Cruz Valenzuela. It could headline any card. It's a real you don't want to miss a round. You don't want to blink. You know, both guys come to fight, and like I said, man, Valenzuela has a really good chance to upset Cruz. And will he take it? Will he take a step back? You know, I thought, and you know, people forget that he dropped De Los Santos. You know, he was winning the fight. I want to say he dropped De Los Santos first, or he actually dropped De Los Santos later after getting dropped, and then he just, you know, he got hit and kept trying to fight back, and then he gets dropped and stopped. You know, but if he would have held, he would have got his head together. You know, he used to be with David Benavidez' dad, David Benavidez Sr., and then they had a falling out because, you know, after a fighter loses, they tend to fire their trainer. You know, that's probably the most logical thing. You know, it's just not working. They need to learn different things. So now he's with Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia is a great trainer, you know, but he just got Santillan stopped. So, you know, Valenzuela, but he's only got, you know, 13, he's got 15 fights, man. Isaac Cruz, very experienced, is the betting favorite. So can Valenzuela pull the upset? I think he's a very chance. And then in the main event, we got Terrence Bud Crawford, you know, walks on water, pound for pound go, all-time great. You know, I don't necessarily believe that. I think he's good. I don't call him great yet. He's facing Israel Madrimov. Benavidez' dad was not a good trainer. Yeah, you know, I mean, he's good for his son, right? He's good for his son. But, you know, as far as taking another fighter with flaws, can you fix the flaws? Can you make him the best him? You know, it's hard to do if you didn't build the guy. You know, a lot of trainers, salute pounds. Thank you guys. Yes, you know, being a trainer is like, you know, training a horse, man. These guys got habits, and they're coming to you because they got bad habits. So you got to really break them out of the bad habits. And the one thing working with fighters is, you know, they're very stubborn. You know, that's what makes them a good fighter, right? They're stubborn. They're set in their ways, and you have to break them of the bad habits. Like Royo leaving his chin in the air. When he gets tagged, he wants to fire right back. He has to learn to be patient and box and pick his shot. Eric Gomez, I think Benavidez would be a better boxer if he was Robert Garcia too. Yeah, I don't think Benavidez will change. Look, Benavidez' style is dictated on that he's always been a weight bully. He's always been massive. He's never going to be fleet of foot. And I think we've seen him try to do more against the Gvozdyk, and he gassed out. You know, it's very hard to be that big and fat and try to box. You know, when you're that big, you really have to take your time because you're going to wear out. It's hard to move all that body fat and weight, especially burning all through training camp. You know, he'd probably be better at a higher weight. I mean, that's what fighting at your natural weight is, right? Is your body's more acclimated, you may have more stamina, but you know, to try to carry all that weight after burning it all off, it's just kind of contradictory, you know. But having that side advantage really helps you against the smaller guys, right? So Benavidez, you know, Benavidez is good for what he is. Going against the elite of the elite, the better B's and Bivas, he definitely will have to do something different. Can Robert Garcia help him? Yeah, I think Robert Garcia can help him, but I think David is too stubborn of a fighter to do anything different. He's already 27, and if he loses, I don't think he'll fire his dad. Just like with Tio left, he didn't fire his dad. People have told him he needs help, he needs to do different things, but he's never going to change. He's stuck in his ways, and that's sad to say, man. That's probably like 95% of fighters. Very few fighters can change their ways. You know, that's what got him there, and that's what they're going to do. So Eric Gomez, Sheik's with me and caught in bed together would say we do that, what we do. What? You saying the Sheik will help you tag team Clarissa and you guys got caught in bed? I'm confused. You lost me there, homie, but that was funny, man. Crawford Madrimov. So here it is, the main event. It's minus 750, so 7-1 for Terrence Crawford. You can get good money with Israel Madrimov at plus 450. So, you know, here's the thing, man. Madrimov is 10-0-1. He's undefeated. He has a draw or no contest because it was stopped early. Like I said, man, I seen the guy. He's big, he's strong, but the weigh-ins, you know, when I watch the weigh-ins, you know, maybe I'm gonna stop making picks until I see the weigh-ins, because the weigh-ins really tell you a lot, man. Now that I think about all these big fights, we've seen, a lot of times they're won at the weigh-in, and people making a big deal about Terrence Crawford being the smaller man moving up. But what we've always said is that he's always had the size and speed and advantage, with these insanely long arms, right? Weigh-ins are key. Yes, weigh-ins are key because you can see the wear and tear in a fire. We've seen Davina Hanke look like a skeleton, dead man walking. We've seen Earl Spence like nearly die on a scale. We've seen, like guys like Virgil Ortiz faint before the weigh-in. So, these weigh-ins are very crucial. And then, you may even want to see the night of the fight and see how they rehydrate before you make a pick. Making weight is key for these big weight bully errors. Yes, especially if they're weighing in 36 hours. It's supposed to be the day before, right? 24 hours. They used to have same day weigh-ins. They stopped them for health reasons. Then they went to like 24, and then they went to 36, and now they're damn near doing 2 day before weigh-ins for these weight bullies. It is what it is, right? And even the weigh-in, okay, you make weight, but you still have to rehydrate. We've seen Ryan Garcia lose a fight on the scale with Tank Davis, not be able to rehydrate so he can make weight, but then he's not able to rehydrate, which is just as bad, if not worse, right? Because your body's going to reject anything. You'll probably be throwing up before the fight, ready to pass out, and you're not going to have anything. Or, you kill yourself and your body just won't put on any more weight. You won't be able to handle any water, right? That's why, I was actually looking at things last night. That's why Floyd Mayweather used illegal IVs, right? He used illegal IVs after the weigh-in because so he could rehydrate properly, right? He got solutions to help him with vitamins and saline to instead of guys will go stuff their face with food and bread and water, and that just makes you bloated. So then you'll be lethargic. We've seen Earl Spence, right? Earl Spence, like before the fight, he was dead. He, even after rehydrating, he looked high or listless. He had nothing, right? So these weigh-ins are crucial. Terrence Crawford looked nothing of the sorts. He actually looked bigger than Madrimov. He looked bigger, stronger. He had like a 12-pack. He had like pectorials that were popping out, paws. His biceps looked ripped. I mean, he looked very snackish. He looked very like he was packing some serious heat. And so I'm giving Madrimov the benefit of the doubt that it'll be competitive, that he'll give Crawford a run for his money. He's going to make Crawford feel some power. And then I'm thinking about it, I'm like, sheesh, man, I don't know, man. With Terrence Crawford is bigger, stronger, taller, faster, and more experienced. When the money line was first set for this fight, it was like 11-1 odds. So, I don't know, man. I'm thinking Madrimov is a very big, heavy underdog now. I thought it was like, well, if this guy has a shot, he has a chance. But now it's just like, man. And then on fight night, when Terrence Crawford walks in the ring, he's probably gonna be, bigger and stronger than Madrimov. So any advantage as far as Terrence Crawford, he's going up to 154. Is he gonna be a threat up there? All that goes out the window now that he's I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's very suspicious that how he looks so fast and strong. That supposedly he was, because when he fought Earl Spence, he was definitely faster and stronger than Earl Spence. He was, he just obliterated Earl Spence. A natural 147. This was a guy who was moving up. He started at 135. That's where he made his name, made his bones, 140, and then he's moving up, because that's always the big deal. Oh, he's moving up in weight. Oh, man, can he handle these bigger guys? But in actuality, he's actually the bigger guy at 154, which is crazy. So, but one thing was said, though, one thing he has to do, he really does have to impress. He really has to move and impress tonight. He has to look spectacular. In my opinion, if you're chasing Canelo Alvarez, you have to look spectacular, So guys, hit the like, hit the link if you want to hop on. But that's the only way to get Canelo fight, man. He has to have a mollywop knockout of Idril Masvidal, and Canelo Alvarez fighting Edgar Berlanga. He's fighting a legit 168 pounder. The guy's giving him a lot of problems. So, that's what he has to do, man. But anything less than a than a spectacular performance, man. I just don't see people clamoring for a Bud Crawford fight. You know, Canelo Alvarez, if he struggles or he looks average against Israel Madrimov, then you know, I think you can kiss a Canelo Alvarez fight goodbye, unless Turkey Ali really throws heavy money at Israel Madrimov. So that's the only way I could see it happening. But yeah, man, like I said, great night of fights. We got some heavy underdogs. Andy Cruz, he needs to look spectacular. David Morrell needs to look spectacular. So Andy Cruz is 135. He's going to be calling out Shakir Stevenson. He's going to be calling out anybody from 135 to 140. He needs a big fight, and they're moving him fast. He's got 3 fights, but they're moving him fast. He's moving up the rankings, and he's going to be looking for a belt soon. So Keyshawn Davis, Lomachenko, whoever he can get is who he's going to be looking for. You know, and then David Morrell goes up to 175, and he's chasing David Benavidez. And out of all those guys, it better be a Bivol, Benavidez, Morrell. I see Morrell the last man standing. But we'll see how he looks, right? He's a smaller guy, but he looks like a weight bully. A lot of acne on the back. Call it what you want. But we'll have to see how he looks. And if he looks spectacular, then you could probably... David Benavidez won't want a part of him. And there's no money in that fight. David Morrell still needs to build his profile, just like Andy Cruz does. And then you got slugfest of the night, Andy Ruiz and Baby Miller. So the winner of that puts themselves in a big money fight. You know, somebody, they could call out any champion. They can call out Zilly Zane. They can fight Baby Anderson. You know, so it just keeps going. The money train keeps going. The loser goes back to square one. You know, who knows? They'll probably keep fighting. But Andy Ruiz, man, he's still a star. He's still a name. But can he pull it off one last time? I mean, Baby Miller has nothing to lose, man. He really doesn't. And he's gonna go kill or be killed. I think he's gonna try to knock Andy's head off. We've seen Andy get dropped. People are mentioning that. But Andy Ruiz will have to stand in the fire, and he should be the better fighter that night. And I would really love to see Andy Ruiz versus Jared Anderson. But that's who most people are picking for the upset of the night is Jared Anderson and Bacoli. That's who people are picking to be the upset of the night. So the link is in the chat. If anybody wants to hop on, I'll drop it one more time. We're just going for a little while, kind of doing my preview and predictions. See if people are hyped for this fight. If they want to see Canelo and Crawford. Me personally, I do want to see that fight. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, wow, you know, Terrence Crawford, he has to look spectacular. Nothing less than a highlight knockout will demand the Canelo Alvarez fight, right? So if he goes in and struggles, then kiss a Canelo Alvarez fight goodbye. But anyway, back to Baby Anderson Bacoli. So that's who people are picking for the upset. It could have been Deontay Wilder had he beat Zilly Zhang. They were going to try to line up Jared Anderson and Deontay Wilder. I really wanted to see that fight. Excuse me. But that's going to be that should be, I don't know, Baby Anderson could stink the joint out. But when I've seen Bacoli and people analyzing him, he's going to come to fight. He's going to come and try to put Baby Anderson to sleep. And I do think Baby Anderson gets dropped. He does get stunned, dropped, hurt. But I can't see him outboxing this Bacoli guy. He kind of comes in out of shape. But that should be an exciting fight. That could be the upset of the night. Because remember, Baby Anderson is very hyped. He's kind of a hype job. So, and he's really going to be tested and challenged here. No more gimme fights, man. Sink or swim tonight. And then you got Pitbull and Rayo, which arguably and should be the fight of the night. Now, I don't know if it'll be a slugfest because Rayo does not want to get in a slugfest. We already know what Pitbull Cruz is, man. He comes to fight, puts his head down, solid chin. He's going to be throwing haymakers. Going to go to the body, go to the head, and you gotta fight him. You gotta stop him, man. And he hasn't shown any dents in his armor, but I don't know how many times this guy can keep forward and keep getting caught with shots. And Royo does. He has the size and punching power to make him back up. You know, maybe make him take a step back. You know, but Rayo has an uphill battle against him, and if Cruz wins, then he has some very big super fights waiting for him. Teofimo Lopez is one that they're talking about. Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson. Um, Isaac Cruz is a star. He's selling the tickets in LA. The fans are clamoring for him. It's crazy. His biggest fight is a loss, but people love him, man. And that Rolly Romero fight was awesome. So salute Isaac Cruz, man. A star could be born. I think Royal needs to make a statement early with Cruz, or else Cruz will go all out. Yeah, man, Cruz is a tank. He doesn't stop, man. Royal has to box, but like I said, when he gets tagged, his first reaction is to fight back, which is what we want to see. But you can't do that with Cruz, man. He's too good. He slits shots, he eats shots, and he takes one to land 2, 3. And once he gets momentum, it's very hard to back him up. But I agree with you. Yeah, he needs to stand there and make him pay, make Cruz think like, I can't get crazy. But it's an uphill battle, man. And then in the main event, Terence Crawford calling out Canelo Alvarez, clout chasing. They say he walks on water. But like I said, man, he needs to make a statement. And people, look, the main event, this main event is not even the main event to me, He's just the star. He's not the star of the sport, but he's like #1 pound for pound. They're calling him all-time great. I don't buy it. I haven't seen anything in a year. Spence wasn't anything. But, you see the talent. He's stepping up in weight. But what surprised me, to my eyes, and even on fight night, he's probably going to be looking twice Madrimov size, which is insane, because even when he fought David Avanesian, he didn't necessarily look like the bigger man. But I don't know. We'll see. And Madrimov, maybe he hydrates way more and packs on a little more weight. But Madrimov is no slouch, man. I know that. Even with 11 fights, it'll be his 12th fight. He's no slouch. He doesn't have the experience. He doesn't have the speed of Crawford, the reflexes. What he does have is a puncher's chance. He's very athletic. He does crazy, insane push-ups. So, I do give him a chance. But like I said at the weigh-in, man, it just really, popped my balloon, because I was hyping this guy. I thought, man, he really has a chance. But then, that's boxing, man. He got a vacant belt. The other champions, Pandora, Charlo. It looks like, Virgil Ortiz is fighting next week, a fight I'm very excited for. That could be a possible. If Virgil Ortiz shines next week, he could be a possible opponent for Crawford, depending on what Canelo Alvarez does. But, Crawford should win. The only thing is he going to look spectacular? Is he going to get on the back foot? Is he not going to like what's coming back from Madrimov, because he's stepping up in weight? But by no means, don't be hoodwinked and think he's a smaller man, and 154 is a challenge. And this guy, I guess, was a weight bully. He was always had the size advantage, whereas Canelo Alvarez is always moving up in weight. Crawford is always fighting guys that he has the physical advantage in, and that's kind of the chess match in boxing, right? Is that's what made Manny Pacquiao great, is who that chick, that's your chick, bruh. She sent me the DMs. That's Clarissa. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Nah, man, you know what time it is, man. We just having fun here, bro. Just trying to get the fans what they want. But who you guys got, man? Make your noise prediction. Is it an upset? Are you betting on the fight? Are you getting the fight? Are you, mildly interested? Are you more interested in Pitbull and Rayo and Andy? David Morrell. That's my girl to go. Exactly. Eric Gomez said that's the vote. You don't fuck with her, homie. But it's a big card, I don't think it's a mega fight, super fight like Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney was. We don't know. On pay-per-view, it could tank, it could crash. They saying sold out. I don't believe it. I think they probably gave away a lot of tickets, or did a lot of giveaways, or 2-for-1s, did a lot of Groupon $25 tickets, and that means the sellout. You won't know until you get the live gate information and how much it actually generated. So, a lot is riding on this fight, man. He has to produce the numbers. He has to produce the entertainment before you call out Canelo Alvarez, man. I know people are hating on Canelo Alvarez. I was on BDA, salute BDA. And, all people wanted to talk about was Canelo Alvarez. We were talking about Terence Crawford and Madrimov and trying to break it down, and people just wanted to talk about Canelo Alvarez. Well, Terence Crawford is smart. That's why he was out chasing Canelo Alvarez, right? Clout chasing Canelo Alvarez, using his name to build his profile. because when you mention Canelo Alvarez, people are going to pay attention, right? That's just, you know what? That's media 101, man. That's any entertainment industry, you know, and rap and music. They use each other's name to promote their, you know, they add features or movies, you know, the headliner. So Crawford is not a megastar. His last paper, well, Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford did mildly well. I guess they said 600, 700,000. I don't think it was that much, probably more like 400 or 500,000, but it was decent enough. But you know, the problem is he took so long. He took so long to come back. And that's my problem with it. You know, the only bubble burst was that Virgil Ortiz and Tim Tszyu was supposed to actually be on this card. Now I called it first. I said it wasn't going to happen. It was too good to be true. And then it fell through. And yeah, now Virgil is fighting next week. So yeah, man, everybody's going to be tuning in. You know, there should be some decent upsets, maybe 1 or 2 upsets. Maybe Crawford gets upset, man. Maybe the Canelo talk ends. And there was an interesting caller on BDA said that this is a setup, that Crawford's being set up to lose to Madrimov because he's a Muslim, which was interesting. Now, I don't know how much weight or grain of salt you want to put on it. Very interesting theory. Could be just a theory, but it's something. You know, it's something. It's not nothing. But Madrimov is the heavy underdog, man. You know, the only thing that makes this a worthy card is the undercard, right? The most interesting fights, you know, Baby Anderson, Andy Ruiz, and Isaac Cruz. So very interesting stuff, man. But it looks like the card's gonna start in a while, and I'm gonna get ready. So just wanted to give you my predictions and breakdowns, and hope you guys enjoy the fights. Maybe we'll try to be on, see what happens tomorrow. If it's something shocking, we'll try to preview it Sunday or Monday. So man, hit that like, you know, share, subscribe, and yeah, man, thank you for joining, and we out.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me?
Now hang it off. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I got hired.
You know what I love? Oh my god. Sorry. I just love a good roast.
Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me? Oh, you gotta give him that huck too and spit on that thing. You get me? Oh, you gotta give him that huck.